Hey, I'm Teddy Burriss, your LinkedIn strategist, trainer, and coach. And I got to ask this question this morning. Teddy, what's the best way I can grow my LinkedIn network? I figured, you know what? Let me do a video. So first of all, it's important to understand that growing your LinkedIn network in very meaningful ways is important if you're going to use LinkedIn as a business tool. You can't have a small network, and you've got to keep it growing on a regular basis. So here's a few tips that I want to share with you that I think can help as you're trying to expand your LinkedIn network in meaningful ways. Number one, meaningful ways. Focus on connecting with your target audience and their influencers. That's the goal, is to connect with them. Number two, don't send invites to LinkedIn members just to raise your numbers. Be purposeful about sending invites. Number three, here's a whole series of ideas around this tip. Don't miss out on an opportunity to connect with someone relevant to you. Now, here's some ideas of how you can do that. Okay? Number one, if you get an email, look and see if you're connected and consider connecting with them. Number two, if someone new is copied on an email to you from a client or a prospect, consider connecting with them. Number three, when someone gives you a business card, which I know hasn't happened a lot during this pandemic, but it does happen and will happen again, consider connecting with them. Number four, when at virtual networking events and you pay attention to the speaker, and then consider connecting with them. Number five, if you read an article that's relevant to you, look up the author. Consider connecting with them on LinkedIn. Number six, when you're watching a YouTube video or listening to a podcast, consider connecting with the presenter, the interviewer, or their guest. Number seven, when talking with a peer in any environment and they mention someone who's relevant to you, consider connecting with them on LinkedIn. Number seven, when talking with a peer, if they mention someone who is relevant to you, consider connecting with them on LinkedIn. Number eight, when you're watching a news story, local news or anything that news related, and someone is mentioned in a positive way, consider connecting with them on LinkedIn. Number nine, when you're reading a book, consider connecting with the authors on LinkedIn. And number 10, when you run into a peer or anyone who's relevant to you in public, consider connecting with them on LinkedIn. Now, I've used the phrase consider connecting with them on LinkedIn very purposefully. Here's what I mean about consider connecting on LinkedIn. Number one, are they relevant to you? Number two, do they know you yet? If not, should you ask for an introduction first? If they don't know you yet, should you bump into them through their LinkedIn content first? Or also considering connecting with them, are they active enough on LinkedIn to make it worthwhile to send the invite? And always use a personal note when you're connecting on LinkedIn. Now, supposedly LinkedIn's restricted us to less than 100 invites a month. Now, supposedly LinkedIn has restricted our number of invites to 100 per week. There's a little bit of variance going on. People are saying that you might be able to go past that, but you can't get past 200. That's all right. Doesn't make any difference to me. Growing your LinkedIn network is not a race. It's a continual journey. 100 a week is plenty if you do this on an ongoing basis. And also, remember that every time you connect with someone on LinkedIn, you must immediately engage with them. And that level of engagement must be directly proportional to their relevance to your business or career goals. Look, don't measure success based on the size of your LinkedIn network. That said, you should always keep your LinkedIn network growing. It's really not a matter how big your LinkedIn network is that matters. It's how relevant the connections are and what kind of relationship you're developing with your connections. I'm Teddy, your LinkedIn strategist, trainer, and coach. I hope these ideas are helpful for you.